Speaking of current console markets, Iwata says that 3DS has not reached its full potential yet and has plenty of room for growth. Nintendo will be looking to increase 3DS sales in the West by releasing new titles and promoting popular older ones, but in Japan, Nintendo's strategy for 2015 is to release games that better appeal to female consumers and expand their audiences that way.
If you want to say full potential, I mean, 3DS just isn't going to reach the same potential that DS did, even if it might have had the potential to do that at some point. I think he's really viewing it as, you know, we're way behind DS sales, so there's obviously more we can do to catch up. The question, I think, is how realistic that potential, meeting that potential, will actually be.
Right. No, I mean, I think 3DS is in the last 2/3 or 3/4 of its final sales numbers anyway. It's at about 60 million now. I don't think it's going to get more than 80 million.
Yeah, it probably peaked a couple years ago, honestly.
Yeah.
Its sales numbers have been declining for 3 years in a row now. So
right. So,
and just with the emergence of the mobile market, I don't see 3DS having a chance to catch up anywhere near to what DS sold now.
Yeah, not anywhere close, but I mean, there is certainly a chance that it does have room for growth, especially, I don't know much about the Japanese market, about their statistics of male to female consumers, so it's possible that that's a really good idea.
I remember them releasing
stupid American, so.
some data on this a while back, and the split was about, I think it was 70-30 for, in Japan, 70% male owners of 3DS, 30% female. And the week they released Animal Crossing New Leaf, though, in Japan, about 55% of people who bought a 3DS that week were female. So Animal Crossing is a series that they consider to be like specifically marketed towards a female audience. So I don't know if this could potentially mean
why
they
they're
might
now doing Happy Home Designer and stuff like that.
Yeah, that could be part of their strategy to expand a larger female audience.
Yeah.
I will say I don't think they've lined up enough games for a Western release to really keep momentum going from new 3DS, though.
We talked about this, actually, the first episode of Nintendo Week. Nintendo's strategy to keep the 3DS going is largely remaking old games for 3DS, and we haven't heard anything about that strategy since they announced it. I'm willing to bet we'll see a couple of things announced at E3 coming out for 2015 and 2016. What exactly those would be, we can only guess, but I think that's something to really keep an eye out on, especially is to not really count the 3DS totally out yet, because we know that they're going to be pushing that strategy hard, and we know that developing games with that strategy is significantly easier and faster than developing games that are completely anew.
Well, I think maybe part of the reason they're shifting to that strategy is because they have to devote more resources to Wii U with all the games coming out in 2015, and then also they're probably already devoting some resources towards whatever NX is, so maybe they're kind of slimming down, the people that they're willing to commit to 3DS games, and that's why you're seeing like remakes and ports.
Right.
And on top of that, the fact that they just debuted new 3DS and the only real significant games that take advantage of it so far are remakes suggests to me that they weren't really ready to line up new 3DS with its own exclusives, and it may be that the remakes buy them some time to release a couple, maybe some next year, a couple exclusives to kind of pad out the 3DS's end-of-life lineup.
Like the new Pushmo game? Oh, that's also not in our list.
Yeah, I don't know what those titles would be. I want to say some kind of new, maybe 3D Mario to take advantage of its extra power. I don't know, something along those lines, or maybe a 3DS version of Splatoon. I don't know.
I don't know if that's likely. Maybe Pikmin.
Well, they did release a Splatoon 3DS, new 3DS case or whatever in Japan, I think.
I think that's probably mostly just merchandising, though. I don't think they're ready to put Splatoon on 3DS yet.
Maybe.
Hello everybody, thank you for listening to this Nintendo Week clip, NWC. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to us here on YouTube for more highlights and discussion videos from Nintendo Week podcast, or subscribe to us on iTunes for weekly breakdowns of all your Nintendo news, discussion segments on subjects, games, and more, and tons of other features. Thanks for listening, and we will see you tomorrow with another NWC.